opening up the UFC Vegas 90 fight card, we have Nora Cornolle. And it takes everything in me to not say cornhole, taking on Melissa Mullins. You may see her listed as Melissa Dixon. I don't know if she got married or got divorced, but there's a couple of last names.
I was thinking about that too. I mentioned that in my quick big video. It's something to keep an eye on.
Well, and I mean, her right eye could be married, and it looks like her left eye is divorcing the right eye. So that might be what's happening here. But we got Nora Cornolle, 7-1 overall, 5-0 in her last 5. She is coming off the decision win over Jocelyn Edwards in her UFC debut. That was a bit sketchy. She's taking on Melissa Mullins and or Dixon, 6-0 in her career, 5-0 in her last 5. And she's coming off that decision win over Irina Alekseeva. And this is an interesting fight. First of all, Melissa Mullins, big-time favorite here. Big-time favorite in this fight. And I get it. She is pretty skilled. She's a powerful, accurate striker. She has the composure of somebody that has way more than 6 fights. Striking's clean. It is impressive. She'll work in a clinch if she wants to. She'll pick you apart at range. She'll fight you in the pocket. And then she will grapple. Takedowns aren't great. Most times she doesn't even need them, but she does work them in. She does get some nice control time off top. Coming off that interesting decision win over Irina Alekseeva, where she was dropped, which is not great, but then she did pop up, showcase her toughness, and then managed a whole bunch of control time to squeak out the win. The reason she's a pretty good big favorite here is because she's taking on Nora Cornolle. And while Nora is a violent striker, she's got power, she's got aggression, she does a good job using all of her striking tools. She will blast you against the cage, she'll knee you in the clinch, she'll kick at range, everything that she can do to get a finish. She can't really grapple. She doesn't have the takedown defense. If it is on the ground, her BJJ, the defensive stuff is okay, but to prevent it from getting to the ground is not great. She is coming off a sketchy decision win. She does have some karma coming her way over Jocelyn Edwards, where she showed us her takedown defense is horrible. Her cardio was horrible, but we also saw how insanely tough she can be. Both of these women are coming off of very iffy decisions. Both of them probably have some karma heading their way decision-wise, but Nora's is far worse. Nora can't really defend the takedowns. She's going to be the more dangerous striker, but Melissa showed us that if you crack her, she will just survive, stand up, keep moving forward, and she can work in the takedowns, and Nora's takedown defense is terrible. So Nora's more dangerous on the feet. Melissa has the easier path with the wrestling. I got to go Melissa here, but I think these odds are a little bit too far gone. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, originally I definitely was going to pick Melissa in this fight, but I was worried because if this stays standing, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Melissa's shown that she is a tough girl, like you mentioned. She's going to be there all 3 rounds, even if it stays on the feet, but she does get hit a lot, and this could be a very, very close fight. And I was going to stay away from this originally because of that fact. But then Phantom's in the chat, in the Discord this morning, we were kind of talking through this fight, and the glaring holes in the game of Nora is just too hard to ignore when you see a girl like Melissa. Melissa doesn't have great takedowns, but is in those kind of scramble, weird positions that if it does go to the ground, she is just so much head and shoulders above a girl like Nora that I can't ignore that type of domination is what she should have. So I think this fight eventually gets to the ground. I hope it gets to the ground, and if it does, I could see Melissa even winning this fight inside the distance. You know, she's not great wrestling, but really underrated control. And you saw Nora, I know she kind of out-scrambled Jocelyn at points and got good positions from, being off her back. But Jocelyn isn't that type of fighter. Melissa actually is that type of fighter. So I think it gets to the ground eventually, and she can find a finish in a submission type. So I like Melissa here, and I feel pretty confident in it. They're both tough girls. And Nora is a fucking beautiful girl. Melissa also very pretty. What you said was very, very mean. But Nora's like a fucking beautiful girl.
Relax, please. Yeah, listen, I agree. Melissa should win. She's got the clear path with the wrestling. But as we know, she can get hit. She can get dropped. And even though she survived in her last fight, doesn't mean she will in this one. So we're both on the same side here. Are you confident enough to throw in your DraftKings lineup at $9,300?
I mean, that's probably right at the tippy top. Like, if she was like an 88 or an 87, something like that, I think that's really good because I think she is live for a finish. But 93, I think I might because I feel pretty good about her, but I can see why other people wouldn't, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, 9,300, she's going to need to wrestle from the first minute to the last minute to be worth that money. We're going to need a whole bunch of takedowns, whole bunch of control time. Like, that's the only way that that's going to be worth it. So I'm probably going to avoid that 9,300. We did watch her get dropped, and Nora is far more dangerous than Jocelyn Edwards is. But if you do want to check out the picks, the bets, the robot picks, the DraftKings Optimizer, and everything else that we do, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It is only $10 for an entire month. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.